English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. President Joe Biden has set a bipartisan deal to raise the U.S. debt ceiling and avert a fast-approaching default is ready to move to Congress. 2. At a brief appearance before reporters on Sunday evening, President Biden said the proposed deal was a really important step forward. 3. It takes the threat of catastrophic default off the table, protects our hard-earned and historic economic recovery.
4. And the agreement also represents a compromise, which means no one got everything they want, but that's the responsibility of governing. 5. Mr. Biden said he believed Mr. McCarthy had negotiated in good faith and now had the votes for the deal to be backed in Congress. 6. It doesn't get everything everybody wanted, McCarthy told reporters in the Capitol on Sunday. But, in a divided government, that's where we end up. I think it's a very positive bill.
7. Biden and McCarthy are relying on hesitant members from both political parties to support and pass a deal regarding the debt ceiling. 8. Now leaders in both parties have to convince enough of their members to vote for the deal, which contains provisions that lawmakers on each side of the aisle don't support. 9. U.S. President Biden announces his intent to nominate the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
10. Ukrainian tennis player Marta refused to shake hands with Belarusian opponent Sabalenka following their opening round match at the French Open, leading to boos from some of the crowd. 11. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo has been highly praised for its compelling storytelling, well-developed characters, and deep emotional impact. 12. It is a gripping and thought-provoking read that explores the complexities of relationships and the choices we make in the pursuit of love and happiness. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. Russian President Vladimir Putin has claimed the drone attacks on Moscow were aimed at civilian targets, accusing Kyiv of trying to frighten Russia. 2. The Russian Foreign Ministry has claimed it reserves the right to take the harshest possible measures in response to the attacks. 3. An advisor to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelenskiy says Kyiv nothing directly to do with this.
4. Ukraine denied involvement in Tuesday's attack. Russia was getting a taste of its own medicine after months of bombarding Ukrainian cities. 5. The BBC has confirmed that several residential buildings were hit and a drone was filmed flying over an affluent area of the Russian capital. 6. The spokesman said the U.S. is still focused on helping Ukraine retake its sovereign territory. We do not support attacks inside of Russia.
7. The scale of what happened in Moscow overnight was very small by comparison to what's happened in Ukraine, but the psychological impact is clearly designed to sow a level of uncertainty and fear. 8. Authorities in Ukraine say 4 people have been killed in Russian drone attacks on its territory in the past day. 9. Peters saying the attacks showed yet again that Russia continues to indiscriminately terrorize Ukraine's civilian population in a heinous and barbaric way.
10. And also these attacks are a clear response by Putin to all those who strive for a peace process. 11. It shows that Putin is not serious about stopping his war and he wants to continue his escalation against the Ukrainian people. 12. Halle Bailey is certainly the it girl, or mermaid, as it were, of the moment, but it wasn't without a serious amount of effort on her part to get there. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. President Joe Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy finally reached an agreement to avert the United States' first default on its debt. 2. The House of Representatives has approved a deal to allow the U.S. to borrow more money, days before the world's biggest economy is due to start defaulting on its national debt. 3. What each party gave up and gained in the debt ceiling deal. The debt ceiling drama may feel like it's over, but it may have only just begun.
4. Representative Jason Smith explains why he will support President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's proposed debt limit deal ahead of the default deadline. 5. Senator Tim Scott announced Wednesday that he opposes House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's negotiated budget deal with President Biden. 6. Standard & Poor's downgraded U.S. debt from its highly coveted AAA status due to a loss in confidence in the country's ability to repay its debts from months of squabbling among lawmakers.
7. DeSantis says he'll counterpunch against Trump but aims to keep focus on policy rather than personal attacks. 8. Trump used to say how great Florida was. DeSantis told Hell, his whole family moved to Florida under my governorship. Are you kidding me? Drew a loud laugh from the crowd. 9. Video released by the U.S. Air Force shows a Chinese fighter jet completing what Pentagon officials call an unnecessarily aggressive maneuver towards a U.S. military spy plane.
10. Dashcam footage shows the moment missile debris crashed down on a street in Ukraine's capital, Kiev. 11. The way the missile falls suggests it was intercepted by air defenses before it could reach its target. 12. Sia Furler also promised that a warning card would be added to the film, saying that it in no way condones or recommends the use of restraint on autistic people. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. The French luxury goods tycoon tops the world's billionaires list for the first time on the back of a banner year at LVMH, which owns Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior and Tiffany & Company, among others. 2. Biden celebrates diversity of Air Force Academy graduates. That's why we're strong. 3. The Biden administration has so far stayed quiet on the apparent election meddling by the southern neighbor.
4. Kevin McCarthy was able to push Joe Biden and reluctant Democrats to the negotiating table by passing a bill that raised the debt limit but included a laundry list of conservative priorities. 5. Both the Senate and the House have now passed a bill to block President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness program. 6. U.S. sanctions Iranian officials accused of plotting assassinations abroad, including against Bolton and Pompeo.
7. The U.S. Defense Secretary says ongoing lack of communication with China could lead to incidents that could spiral out of control. 8. The Russian Defense Ministry claims it has also thwarted attempts by Kyiv to invade the Belgorod region.
9. What can Germany contribute to the fighter jet coalition? 10. From out-of-body experiences to entering a dreamlike state, Swift's fans, or Swifties as they prefer to be known, have taken to social media in recent days to reveal their guilt at not being able to remember key moments from the Eras tour. 11. As Jordan's crown prince ties the knot with his Saudi architect bride, their two nations celebrate love and a tighter regional union. 12. Lukashenko offers nuclear weapons to nations willing to join the Union State of Russia and Belarus. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. The U.S. Congress has approved a deal to lift the country's borrowing limit, days before the world's largest economy is due to default on its debt. 2. The Senate passed a bill to raise the government's borrowing limit late Thursday night, with just days to spare before the government was set to run out of money. 3. President Joe Biden has said he will enact the measure into law. Your world. Karl Rove, McCarthy has shown abilities no one knew he had.
4. The bipartisan measure sped through the Senate by a vote of 63 to 36, a day after it cleared the U.S. House of Representatives. 5. In Thursday night's session, the bill passed with support from 44 Democrats and 17 Republicans, plus 2 independents. 6. The deal easily cleared the House on Wednesday evening by a vote of 314 to 117. Some 165 Democrats joined 149 Republicans in approving it by the required simple majority.
7. In a rare display of bipartisanship, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell told reporters he would be proud to support it without delay. 8. The contents of the bill drew objections from both right-wing Republicans and left-wing Democrats, but there were more than enough political centrists in both parties to get it over the line. 9. America can breathe a sigh of relief. A sigh of relief because in this process we are avoiding default, Democratic Majority Leader Chuck Schumer told the Senate.
10. First Lady Jill Biden arrives in Egypt to promote empowerment for women, education for young people. 11. U.S. ally reportedly calls Biden foreign policy in Kosovo naive amid rising tensions with Serbia. 12. The Oakland Public Library is hosting a drag queen story time. The event description reads: A local drag artist will read picture books, sing songs, and lead other age-appropriate activities. English News Assistant. Read the native language translation first, and follow the broadcasting to read aloud. Witness the miracle in 3 months. 1. My fellow Americans, when I ran for president, I was told the days of bipartisanship were over and that Democrats and Republicans could no longer work together. 2. But I refuse to believe that, because America can never give in to that way of thinking. No one got everything they wanted, but the American people got what they needed. 3. That's why I'm speaking to you tonight, to report on the crisis averted and what we're doing to protect America's future.
4. Debt ceiling deal is a genuine, bipartisan solution. Passing this budget agreement was critical. The stakes could not have been higher. 5. If we had failed to reach an agreement on the budget, there were extreme voices threatening to take America, for the first time in our 257-year history, into default on our national debt. Nothing would have been more irresponsible. 6. White House refuses to answer question on Hunter Biden's Second Amendment defense plan. I'm just not.
7. Early primary state voters explain why they support DeSantis over Trump, better chance of winning. 8. Ukraine has opened a new front in its battle to drive out the Russian invader, in Russia. 9. But it is oddly coy about admitting that it has sent troops, fired artillery, and flown drones into its neighbor's territory.
10. People found guilty over a deadly rail accident in eastern India will be punished stringently, the country's Prime Minister Modi has said. 11. Rescue efforts have concluded, with officials saying all trapped and injured passengers have been retrieved. 12. The Los Angeles Dodgers will honor the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, known for their anti-religious protests, at an upcoming Pride Night this month.